I'm pretty good. Look at the green zone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's like a certain like there are
Pattern,
tricks and
yeah.
patterns.
I don't know the pattern. I'm just extremely smart. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how. Okay. Hi, this is Charlotte Cardin, and you're watching the Introducing series. California is basically about touring for a long time and missing someone you love and being a little bit depressed in LA. Seeing beautiful things but still, like feeling sad. That's what it's about. It's not a city I love. There's like something a little bit, I don't know, there's just something a little bit sad about it to me. Like there's beautiful, huge mansions and then you have like thousands of homeless people living like a block away from there, and there's just like a very big like gap between like high society and like very, very poor, and that just, I don't know, it just makes me sad. But there's still incredible restaurants and obviously a huge artistic scene that's really interesting, but it's just not my favorite. To me it was very natural to sing in both languages. I was born and raised in Montreal, and I come from a French background, but I've always had Anglophone friends, and my grandma is from Calgary, and so I've always sort of been in this very bilingual universe, basically. And so I find it harder to write in French, I think, because I feel closer to that language. My whole education was in French, and I feel there's like something a little bit more personal about it for me. So I think I ask myself more questions when I write in French than I do in English, but so I guess that's why it's a little bit easier for me to write in English for now. But I don't really ask myself the question, it just happens. Now, that's funny because someone asked me that question yesterday and I really had to think about it, but I think it's Big Boy just because it was the first one we've ever released, and to me it was like a bit of a gamble just because people had seen me on La Voix, like little girl singing cute songs in like flowery dresses, and it was like a bit of a statement, but that's really what I wanted to do, and that was the first time I was showing myself in the most authentic way that I could. It was just, it's a super simple song, just piano, drums, and then a bit of bass at the end. But it's just super straightforward. And so I was a little bit nervous when releasing Big Boy, but I think that's the one I feel the closest to just because of the story behind it and because it was the first one. You're making me feel. Oh, that's actually a really good question. I actually, I don't have one specifically, but whenever I play in a random city and people come from like really far away to come see the show, that's always crazy to us because in Quebec, obviously we have like a bigger fan base than we do elsewhere. But when we play, a few times we played in the US and we'd be in like smaller pubs and just like a really intimate venue, and people from like Sydney, Australia, or Tunisia, or Romania, like people from really far away would come and see us, and that's incredible. That's an incredible feeling to have people that actually travel to come see you play in a pub. Like, to me, that's just incredible. No, I actually stopped, but this green part is pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna try to keep on doing it, but I feel like it's so good I don't want to touch it. It's almost there. My most embarrassing stage memory is also the most incredible stage memory that I've had, because recently I invited Daniel Bélanger. He's a French-Canadian, he's a Québécois singer-songwriter that I admire like no other. He's like my idol in Quebec, for sure. And I invited him to sing with me on stage at a show in Sainte-Thérèse. And for the first time in my life, I totally blanked out on lyrics on stage.
Your lyrics.
On his lyrics. So we were singing one of his songs. And it's a song that I have listened to a million times. Like, I know the song, but I was so nervous and happy that he was singing with me that I totally blanked out. And he just kept on going. Like, there was, no problem. That happens. But I was so embarrassed, and it was such an important moment for me that I was like, I was like really sad about blanking out. But at the same time, it was such an incredible moment because we did 2 songs, and the second one went really well. Okay. So it was incredible to be able to sing with him. But I was like, I felt devastated after the show. I couldn't believe that happened, but it was really nice to be able to sing with an idol. Yeah, The Handmaid's Tale. I'm like traumatized and fascinated, and I think about the TV show every single hour of my life. Like, I'm super, it's like a very, very intense story, and whenever I watch it, I like think about the episode for like 3 days, and I'm just like very overwhelmed. But it's incredible. And obviously, Friends, I've never stopped watching it. It's just like a full circle of me like watching the first season until the 10th season and then starting all over again. Yeah, I've watched all of the seasons like a million times. One sentence.
It could be literally about anything.
Anything. I think people have to love each other more. There's like, everyone has so much love in their hearts, but they have to share it. There's not enough loving other people around you going on. And we're going to be playing shows in Europe and in Quebec coming up, so we're just really excited to play. And also, this is pretty good.
Is that
yeah, this is the final statement. I feel like it's not bad.